Right. So
I think this is yours.
actually,
No, it doesn't matter.
I messed it up. It's this one's mine. We're in Mattot, and we're in the third reading of it, and I believe that we were on the sixth question on page 10, Kuf Mem Hey.
Okay.
Okay?
Maybe we should
Vav.
read some answers, or... Okay, let's continue this
We'll
question.
just read the questions.
Okay.
Amro Hahalsu Meitchem. It says
Haltzu, like, step forward, right?
Step forward.
Yeah, go forward.
Ki Yore
Yore,
Noten
Morech,
Morech
Belibam.
Belibam. Because
It's showing, right?
Yeah.
Noten Morech Belibam. It's like giving a scare in their hearts. Fear in their, installing fear in their hearts.
As
Like
if they
he's
were
kind of,
as if they were afraid to go to step forward.
It's like he's saying that, don't be afraid, in other words, or maybe warning them.
Shemara lahem
Lahem
ki
צריכים
tzrichim
יהיו
yu
חלוצים בכלי מלחמה נגדם. That they should be, so to speak, chalutzim also means like sort of
weapon.
fortify themselves with weapons,
Yeah.
בכלי מלחמה נגדם, against them. In other words, you're going to go there, find the Midianim, but be prepared like to have a real fight with weapons.
V'alo Hashem ish milchama. Isn't Hashem really
The man of war, right? Why are you telling them to be like so diligent with their weapons? Isn't Hashem fighting wars?
V'lo teshua, and it's not.
And salvation is His, right?
Isn't salvation His?
Yeah. V'lo teshua, Hashem is ish milchama, and in His power to give you salvation.
Okay. Zayin. Amro ve'yu al Midyan. Ma inyan haviyazo. What is the meaning of to be on Midyan?
Right, this being on Midian, right? Or this being Havaya, right? Havaya, this being.
Umeharui haya yomar ve'yilchu al Midyan. He should have said, and you should go to the Midyan.
Right. Go with them. What is this? Hayu al Midian, right? Strange language. Be on Midian, right?
Chet. Amro latet nikmat Hashem b'Midyan. They said you should revenge Midian. מה זה היה כי לעולם
כי למעלה
ייחס
ייחס הנקמה אל ישראל. What is it all about?
Well, at the beginning,
מה זה היה, right? כי למעלה, in the beginning,
we said you should revenge Israel.
Right, that this is a revenge of the Israel. And now he's saying revenge of Hashem, right? Nikmat Hashem.
באמרו נקמת נקם נקמת בני ישראל. This double wording. ופה
מייחס.
ופה מייחס.
He's relating it, right? Yachas is like a relationship.
אותו אליו יתברך.
Here he is, so to speak, relating the Nikama to Hashem. Before you said Nikama Israel, Now he's connecting it to Hashem, the Nekama Hashem.
באמרו לתת נקמה השם במדיין.
Oh,
It's a bird.
oh, no, somebody's there.
ט' אמרו אלף למטה. 1,000 people. Hi, Moshe.
Oh,
Come.
Moshe is here.
Come sit down.
Oh, welcome back. Good to see you.
So we're on T. אמרו אלף למטה. 1,000 people per tribe.
Right.
למה ציווה?
צמצם. לצמצם, like to limit, to reduce.
Limit.
Right.
למה צמצם לבלתי שלך
יותר
משנים
מ-12,000.
אלף? Why did he limit it to 12,000?
Right. Usually we think the big army is the better, right?
ולמה היה בהם מכל שבט
ושבט.
Why did they have to go from each tribe?
Right.
י' ויאמר וימסרו
Ve'imasru.
וימסרו, what's וימסרו?
Give yourself over, like limsor is like to give over, right? To transfer, right? Like it's sort of like a strange language. Imasru. Moser, right? Give over something, right?
מי
Mi masarotam.
Who
Who is giving them over, right?
למי נמסרו? Who
Right.
do they were given
And to whom are they sent over, giving over?
וידוע מאמרם זיכרונו לברכה כי לא היו רוצים לצאת. They didn't want to go out. כי ידעו כי אחר יאסף משה. Afterwards they knew that Moshe was going to die. וביקשו להאריך הזמן, and they asked for a longer time with him.
Right, to stretch the time.
על כן נמסרו ביד מעל
Be'al karcham. Be'al karcham is like against your will. They sort of gave themselves over against their will.
I see. ועדיין עם כל זה חסר מהכתוב מי מסר אותם. Still, even with this understanding, we have to understand
It's still missing, chaser,
who sent them out.
who sent them out, right?
י"א אמרו וישלח אותם משה, Moshe sent them out, כי הוא אמר לישראל שישלחו לצבא. Because he said to Israel, send them to the army. והם ישלחו, and they should send them out. ואיך שלח אותם משה, so therefore how is it that Moshe sent them out? וגם אמרו 1,000 למטה, he said 1,000 per tribe. כי מספרם כבר נאמר
בפסוק הקודם.
בסוג הקודם, right? Is it repeating itself?
Yeah.
לכן מילת אותם מיותרם.
מיותרת.
מיותרת.
It's redundant.
י"ב
Unnecessary, right?
אמרו ואת פנחס בן אלעזר כהן, כי אמרו פנחס
ידוע
הוא כי בן אלעזר הכהן.
Right. Why is again repeating his full name? His father, his whole ichus.
י"ג אמרו אוכלי הקודש.
Uklei HaKodesh, the holy vessels.
כי הלא להיותות
להיותו כהן משוח מלחמה.
Was he not the Kohen for the war?
Hatzotzrot. The trumpets.
Trumpets, yeah.
Hayama speak
I must speak.
would be enough. If you only had trumpets, what is this clay kodesh? You could have said chatzotzrot, or we would understand that chatzotzrot is enough.
What is the Klei Kodesh? What are they?
Clay kodesh? Well, we'll see here. That's the question here.
Yeah.
We didn't
My
use the
Klei
question.
Kodesh, what is it?
What's the clay kodesh?
Okay,
I guess it's Arona kodesh.
Ah,
I think they took Arona kodesh also to war.
you did it? Amro, Vayitzivo al Midian, and they, Vayitzivo is what again?
What?
Vayitziv,
They, you know, they went. They armied, right? They, you know, what's the word? Mobilized. Maybe it's the proper word.
They mobilized al Midian on Midian, kasher tziva Hashem, like God commanded them. Mi lo yada ki asher tziva Hashem. You don't have to say as God commanded.
Like we didn't know that it's Hashem commanded, right? Why does it have to say it again?
Yeah, I just want to look at
Yeah.
this mem and mem aleph.
Notes?
Yeah, the
Okay.
mem is ukmo shenema.
Le'el, posuk Yud Ted. Yeah, I mean chapter Yud Ted.
Tavo
V'kitavo
v'kitavo milchama ba'al
Sechem
al
Tsar HaTzorer Etchem. It's a pasuk. And when you will go to war in your land against your enemy who is oppressing you, ve'hareotem, you should blast v'chatzotzrot, the chatzotzrot, right? Hareotem, this is trua, that's where the word trua comes from. V'chatzotzrot, with your trumpets, when you scarred them, it's a pasuk, lifnei Hashem, and you will remember yourself in front of Lord your God, Eloheichem, ve'noshatem me'oivechem, and you'll be delivered from your enemies. You'll have a salvation from your enemies. These trumpets, they had like this power of bringing down Hashem's glory to help the Yidden.
Okay, and mem aleph, madua hotzerich liton
Ha'aron ve'hatzitz. Oh, that's your answer. The Aron HaKodesh and the tzitz. What's the tzitz?
the head.
Right, Cohen's handband, gold headband.
And just for completion, Beit.
So this is the kelim that they took.
Vayar b'shiftei kohen.
Ur'eh b'siftei Cohen, that's a pirush, that's Rabbi Tzadok HaKohen Melublin,
Tiferet Yehuda.
V'tiferet Yehonatan, V'malbim. He's giving you other sources where you can look to learn more about it.
Okay, so now we'll do the new title.
Okay.
Banot Moab.
Not Moab. Hechtiu.
Sin.
They made actually Jews sin, right? Et ha'am. They made. It's an actively hechtiu. They caused somebody to do this sin.
Banot Midian hertiu et
Am.
she.
Et ha'am.
Yeah.
The people. Ubnot Midian
hertiu et
Haksheri.
The
They caused the righteous people to sin. Wow.
You want to read it?
Amnon, Hine Katabnu Lamala.
We read above.
Ki hayu shne suge abanot.
There were two sins, two types of sins.
Echad al yad benot Moav,
One on the hand of Moab,
ve'echad al yad benot Midian.
and one on the daughters of Midian.
Wait, so what's the difference? One is they not Moab, and the other one Midian. So we had two different types.
have sinned.
Ki benot Moav,
The daughters of Moab,
Hechtiu et Hamon Ha'am,
they caused the majority of the people to sin.
Asher b'shem Am Yechuneh.
Because in the name,
they are called, they're named as Am, right? The simple folks, they're called Am.
B'zimah u ve'elohehen.
Sorry, what does Yehonam mean?
Yechuneh is like a named or titled or called.
Okay. What was
B'zimah u ve'elohehen.
Bezimah be'eloheihem. What did they do? Zimah is like promiscuity, immorality. Be'eloheihem, through their gods. So the famous story, they'll tell them, bow to my God, then you can have good time,
Ach benot Midian
but the children, the daughter of Midian,
lo shamu pneihen rak lehatom.
Alosu Penehem.
Right, they were
Lehatot.
lehatot gam et asher b'shem Israel. Right?
What do you mean? Losamu Penehem.
Right, good question. Ach b'not Midian lo samu pneihem rak lehatot gam et b'nei. It's continuing, right? V'chol, right. It was not enough that they called lehatot gam et asher b'shem Israel yichunu. Even those, they brought Midian, they were more sophisticated. They wanted to cause to sin even those who are called Bnei Israel. Israel usually means like a higher level people who are more educated, more righteous, and even they wanted to seduce even those, not just the Am, but also Bnei Israel.
Yechanu.
Yechanu, right? That they are called Israel.
V'yit naklu le'livti habi me'elohehen rak et pa'ur. Pe'ur.
Itnachlu, they conspired, right? They made a plan, they devised this schemed. Hevi me'elohehen, to not to bring from their gods rak et peor. They only, somehow they had this one thing, peor, which was this type of avodah zorah, which had some kind of special trickery there involved, that even the righteous people could make a mistake to fall into it. Right? Va'itum kizveihem.
So they could sin.
Right.
What's Va'itum?
Yitu like ta'ut, right? And they would cause the Israel, right, to make a mistake through their trickery. Kizveihem.
Ve'emor lahem.
Ve'emor lahem, telling them, right? They would tell the Jewish people,
All nevakesh techabdu mechubadim et ha-pesilim.
We're not asking to honor
the statue.
statue.
So in other words, that thing didn't have a statue. There was no an image. It was not a graven image.
Rak lif'or atmechem u'lechasech es raglechem.
just only the four.
Yeah, actually, what it was, it's kind of not very pretty idea, but there was, you would like, the part of this, doing this avodah zorah was like to defecate on that thing.
The four is defecate?
Yeah.
And then what is atzmechem? Yourself?
Luckily for atzmehem, right, just to defecate yourself, right? To, in other words, to empty yourself out. Ulehasech et ragleim, like it also means to urinate, you know.
What is the
Lehasech ragleim? Yeah, I think that's referring to to relieving yourself, you know, your bottom.
Leharik, hora
Leharik, hora achem ve'shinechem.
Pneihem all li die.
What's
To
the-
empty. Leharik is to empty. Chorachem.
Must be your stomach. Or
The bladder.
or your bad,
Maybe
your
your-
bad thing. Or bad.
No, it's not ra. It's chora. I'm not familiar with that word. There is a note there. Shenechem, your teeth, maybe like spitting and actually you're like doing all this, the word stuff around that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're spitting, you're regurgitating. I don't know what's going on. We can see in the note. You want to look in the note or
Yeah,
later?
let's look at the note.
Memzayin.
Memzayin, right? Let's see what's going on.
Pe.
Hakatuv.
Le'chol et tzivotem.
Tzuatam.
Mhm.
Eating the excrement.
Really?
Well, it's like a figurative language. I know literally they ate it, but serving avodah zorah is similar to like you're
I see.
eating these carbonas of the avodah zorah. It's like you're eating your,
Yeah.
And to drink velishtot
mm,
et mimei regleihem.
the urine,
Yeah.
right? So it's like eating the excrement and drinking the urine. Pardon my language.
Yeah.
Shehekarei hu tzuvesam tzuvetem
Tzuatam.
tzuatam
Tzuak.
v'hikativ hu hariyahem charoim.
Hold on.
That's
What
the
is it?
emptying
Lehavnot
again, right?
Lenekavim gdolim. Right? Where is it? Mem Zayin. I'm sorry. Hakri hu tzovatam. Right? He's saying the way you read it, right? It's written tzoatam, but the way you read it is tzuatam. Not
So atam means what?
Tzua means
Excrement.
excrement.
But
And
so
so tzavatam, they're like sort of their commandment, right? The way they command you. So he's saying this is lecholet tzavatam, to eat, so to speak, right? You follow their way, so you eat, like partaking of their teachings, but you should read it as tzuatam, as their excrement. It's a play on the language.
V'chein hakri hu mimei regleihem v'hichtiv hu shnehem.
Ve'hachtiv hu shineihem, right?
This
So
is
it's written
speaking-
shineihem, but you read it, what's the word there? Krihu meimei ragleihem ve'hachtivhu shineihem. So this shineihem, you should really read it as mei ragleihem, their urine. Ken be'mlochim bet ve'yisimuhu le'machraot ad hayom. So it's all of these descriptions in the Tanakh, how all of these abominations were served. Shehaktivhu le'machraot ve'hakrihu le'motzaot. Rebbe Gemara, look in the Shas. Okay, we get the idea.
So does this mean the pun on words?
It's
meaning
pun on words.
They did things physically, but they actually were doing things they didn't realize. They were doing spiritual things.
I'm not sure. Right, so I mean, there's one of the explanations in Gemara that comes to mind is where they actually, oh wow, it's a great thing. Look, I'm emptying myself on that idol.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a big mitzvah, right? I'm
Right.
desecrating conventionally item, but actually the trickery was that this is the way you serve this
Yeah.
avodah zorah.
Yeah.
This was what they did for that avodah zorah.
Mhm.
But of course we have to understand it, there's a lot of involvement here.
Alpenehem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where?
Alpenehem.
Open him all li die.
Oh, sorry.
Open him on the face of without die. Li
What does
die.
it mean, Alpenehem?
No, their faces, no,
On the
in front of them.
In front
In
of
front
them.
Ah.
In front of these guys. Ad bli die. Without
Without
Without end,
end.
without limit. Where is it? I'm sorry.
after Mem Zion, after Mem Vav, Mem Zion, the little
Just show them on the thing. Show them the
still at the top.
This one here? Okay, fine. Right, so it says here, right, Leharik chorachem veshinechem. So now already the note explained that this is all code words for excrementing and urinating and defecating al pneihem, in front of them, ad blidai, without end. So, and of course it was all accompanied with the, promiscuity and immorality, so it was like sort of wild party for all, do whatever you want, free for all.
With the
ובדבר הזה גם אשר בשם ישראל יכנו טעו.
And this matter also in the name of Israel.
Even those who are called Israel, right? B'Shem Israel Yichanu, name Israel. They were those who were Ta'u. They also made this mistake. So somehow, philosophically, it was maybe rationalized or whatever. But the bottom line was to have a good time.
What does Yechanu mean?
Yechanu, named or titled, referred to.
ואמרם, מה לי עוד לעבודה זרה הזאת.
Amram, as they said to themselves, Mali od, what is this?
What is it for me? What is it, right, od, what is this still here? What is for this avodah zora, right? Ki im maleh pneha kalon tzuah bli makom, right? It's not, there's nothing for avodah zora here. I'm like destroying it, right? I'm covering it in feces, So there's nothing left for avodah zora, so it must be fine. Very kind of lamdish approach,
Okay.
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 ועל זה לבנות מואב נאמר.
And on this, the daughter of Moab said,
and Al Zeh Bivnot Moav Neymar, and on that, referring to Bnot Moav, said,
ויחל העם לזנות אל בנות מואב.
Yachel, right? It's double language, also Yachel on one hand to start, to begin, or also make whole, like profanate yourself, right? Ha'am, people made themselves whole, right? They abandoned all the Kedusha. Liznot, znut, right? We know what that means.
Zona.
Right, to fornicate. El Bnot Moav, to the daughters of Moab. That's what it's telling us in this pasuk.
ותקרנה לעם.
and
Tikri'ena, they called up on people, la'am.
וישתחוו לאלוהיהם.
and they bow down to them.
To their gods.
שהזכיר עם.
And that's why it says Am.
Right.
That's the daughters of Moab.
Of Moab, right. Which was a lower type of...
והזכיר אלוהיהם סתם.
And because they brought their
gods, right, stam, so they're not called by any, right, some other different gods,
רק אחרי כן,
after this,
הוא כן אומר, ויצמד ישראל לבעל פאור.
it says that Israel itamid.
It's a med, attached itself, right? It's a mud. It got stuck to Baal Peor. Here he already gives the name of this particular Avodah Zorah, and that's mentioned Israel. So even the more elevated people, they fell into this Baal Peor thing.
כי נקראים ישראל,
They were called Israel.
לא טעו רק בפאור.
They sinned really
Only with Peor.
והוא על יד מדיין,
And that was in the hands of the Midians.
כאמרו צרור את המדיינים.
And that's why it says, revenge the Midianim.
כי צוררים הם לכם על דבר פאור.
Because they defiled you?
Tzoreh is like they
Mhm.
attacked you, they confronted you, they attacked you
with the Belpel.
with Babel.
וכן בפסוק שלפניהם,
And therefore the pasuk before that said,
הן הנה היו לבני ישראל על דבר פעור.
they were to Beit Israel on the matter of power.
כי לגרעים ישראל
They were called Israel.
היה עניין המדיינים על דבר פעור.
And repeating itself.
במפורש,
כמפורש למעלה כל זה בארוכה.
Very good. Let's just try to do the
Note.
note nun aleph on Balpa or I just wanted to see that.
Nun Aleph.
Yeah.
Okay,
Shelach.
hold on. Yeah.
Tzi.
שלקח,
Shelakach.
yeah,
Tzi. What's that one?
ציווה
Tziva letzror. Rak al
Et
Midyan.
מדין,
Midyan. Velo al Moab. That's why you
לא
should
את
revenge.
מוב.
You should avenge Midyan, not Moab.
right,
Ki tzotzerim
צוררים, yeah,
הם והם
לכם
לכם.
בנכליהם, אשר נכלו לכם. It's a kind of tricky word.
דבר פה,
Mm.
matter פה, שרק הם
החטיאו
החטיאו את
הכשרים
הכשרים,
בערמה. ערמה is like trickery, right?
trickery, yeah. על דבר
עבודתו הבזויה של פאור. This disgusting service of פאור.
This way is disgusting.
Yeah, bazu is like disgusting.
Okay. Okay, let's do the next title. קנאת השם על
על חטא הכשרים.
the jealousy of Hashem on the sin of the kosher, of the righteous ones.
Right.
והוא יתברך לא קינא קנאה גדולה רק על החטא את הכשרים.
And the Hashem did not was not jealous only on the
Was not so jealous except for when the sin was done by those who were ksherim, who were really righteous people, good people, but that's what, you know.
כי
just have a look at that note.
Yeah.
It's very on
Nun bet. Okay.
שיותר חמור
חמור.
לפני השם עוון
הכשרים. אפילו הוא עוון קל.
עוון קל.
It's more stringent, right? יותר חמור. When the righteous people sin, even small averas, even small averot.
Small, yeah.
In other words, if somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, so you know they might be doing something even worse, but
Right.
Hashem is not.
מאשר עניין ההמון, from the many people to say. אפילו הוא, what's that? אפילו הוא,
מאשר עוון ההמון, more than the averas of the multiple, right? אפילו הוא עוון חמור יותר, even though it's a חמור, it's worse what they're doing. They are a transgression much worse. But Hashem is marked with both a smaller avera of the tzaddik than a big avera of the Rosha.
כי על כן, go ahead.
Where we? Back
כי על כן כאשר
in the north.
ויצא
No, back in
Back in the,
next.
yeah.
כי על כן, כאשר,
כאשר ויצמד ישראל לבעל פאור.
that's why it says you should, it has the next sentence, as it were, and you should fight.
No,
Submit.
next
You should
sentence.
Israel.
Ki al ken, right? That's why it says in the pasuk, "Itzamed Israel lebal peor." Who got attached to the Baal Peor? It was Israel. That was the higher people.
We're not even talking here about the lower people. They also got attached, but here it's...
They went with Bnot Moav, we said. Right, here in the Baal Peor, probably they all did it, but what was so terrible that the good people did it.
Miyad v'vayichar af Hashem Yisrael. Angered.
Vayichar af, like flared, the anger of Hashem flared.
Yisrael. V'lehiyot davar zeh v'yichud v'midjan.
Because that thing was especially, so to speak, designated by to the Midian. That was their thing.
Al ken me'az tziva soror et hamidyanim.
That's why he said, commanded them to revenge the Midian.
Right. Attack them, throw it.
V'zeh amru po nikom nikmat b'nei Yisrael.
And that's why he said the double word, take revenge on Bnei Israel.
Ki lomar v'lo nikmat hanikra am.
As if to say,
Kelamar, go ahead, I'm sorry.
as if to say, don't revenge.
And not the revenge
not
of
the
the
revenge
Am.
of the
Right. It's a revenge of the of Israel and not the Am, as though.
V'yalken hu me'et ha-midyanim.
And therefore, from the Midianim,
V'lo me'et Moab k'midubar.
and not from Moab, as it says.
V'hu inyan hen hinei hayu libnei Yisrael.
And that's the matter of it. It says, and therefore they
Were for the Bnei Israel, right? They were stumbling block.
Ka mi'porash v'pasuk hahu ve'mala.
Is this Livnei Israel at the beginning of the text? Is that
We
what
have
it's
to
talking
look
about?
in the
ויאמר משה אל ראש המסות לבני ישראל.
No. It has to be, if you read a little more.
כן.
Okay.
והוא עניין הן.
Here, you see, it says, in the second aliyah, "V'daber Hashem el Moshe lemor nakom nekamat bnei Israel me'ed hamidyanim." Avenge the revenge of the Bnei Israel from the Midianim. It doesn't mention Moab, right? So why? So we said because Bnei Israel are more righteous people, and they especially fell. So they were counted much worse what they did with the Midianim, with those Peor things.
Yeah, this
Because
is
they
like,
should have known better.
Yeah.
well, this was like the penalty for like a premeditated. This was planned by the Midianites to get them.
Yeah.
Get them.
That's why Hashem told them to avenge it by destroying them. Actually, they were supposed to wipe out the whole tribe.
Mhm.
Next title.
Okay.
חילוק בין חורג
הנפש
הנפש
לחורג הגוף. Wow.
Boaz?
Oh.
Hi. No, it's fine. I'm waiting for you. Thanks. Yeah.
Look, Od Nasim L'derech Pa'amenu.
What does it mean, that title? Haluk?
Right.
Conflict between-
Chiluk, what?
Conflict
No,
between-
Chiluk means distinction. Lechalek, to divide, right? Difference.
Right.
Hmm?
Distinction between
Ben Hored, killing Hanefesh, killing the soul, spiritual, causing spiritual death, right? Meaning telling somebody to do a virus, right? telling them it's kosher and it's not kosher, right? Lehoreg guf, somebody who physically kills somebody, chas v'sholom. There's a difference.
Yeah. Od Nasim.
Od Nasim, L'derech Pa'amenu.
We should make note in our I don't know what that means.
Times?
It's kind of very fancy, yeah. Also, we have to pay attention,
Okay.
Let's just say that.
V'yit yashvu bo kol ha'arot ha'amurot l'mala.
Right, yit yashvu, like liyashev, to settle, to reconcile, right? To differences. Kol ha'arot, all the different commentaries, ha'amurot lemala, that's mentioned above. Like, how do we reconcile all these different opinions?
B'siyata d'shmaya.
B'siyata d'shmaya.
V'hu hinei shtayim hem sugei milchamot.
There are two types of wars.
Yesh horeg nefesh chavero.
Someone who kills his
Spiritual
death.
B'hachti oto. V'yesh no.
Bechachti oto.
What's that?
Chet, right, goes to making
The
him sin, right? You tell somebody, oh, this is kosher and it's pork, so. Chas v'sholom.
V'yesh nogea b'chalal.
And there is a matter of what's
Halal is like a really victim, right? It means physical dead person.
Ki yimi tenu v'harbo hakasha.
In other words, and the other one is regarding killing. Let's put it this way. Ki yamitenu becharbo, because he will kill him becharbo with a sword, right?
Yeah.
Chas v'sholom lo.
Et atzmo v'besaro.
Himself and his body.
Rak et nafsho lo yigrav v'tam'a.
But his soul will not be
Defiled.
Kilo nitme'a v'avon asher chet.
Because it didn't get involved in sin.
V'gam ki nafsho min ger tevogash.
Mean, I think it's gev. I don't know what it means. Is it
Yeah.
gev? Tigorash. I think it should be goof. I think it's a typo. I think it's just probably goof. There's missing face of it. Or maybe gev as a gav. He's saying that he's only removing his soul, chasing away to garage, right? It's only his soul going to abandon his body. So if you kill somebody physically, right? Beharogoto, through killing him.
Lo nifkema v'lo nifkema
Was not damaged.
v'lo te ader milashuv el ha'elohim asher netana.
And he was not te'ader.
Te'ader.
What's te'ader?
V'lo, hold on, again, let's try it again. V'kam ki nafsho min hagav tegaresh. Even though the soul gets removed from the body, right? Beharegoto, through killing him, lo tifgema v'lo te'ader milashuv el ha'elokim asher. But the soul is not damaged, and there's nothing. He's going back to Hashem. So everything. So spiritually, so to speak, the person's spirit, neshama, is not damaged. So it returns back to Hashem. It's only the body that Chas v'sholom, Rahman al-Tzlan, he leaves. The soul leaves the body, but it's pure. It goes back to Hashem. Lo nifkema. It's not damaged. Velot. And it's not prevented from milashuv to return el ha'elokim to Hashem.
So what was te'ader?
Te'ader is like to lack.
Lack.
Yeah, to disappear, to be removed. Milashuv, it's not going to be prevented from going back, right? Milashuv, le'elokim. Asher Natana, who gives it, right? So Hashem gives the soul, Hashem takes back the soul. Everything is fine. It's a pure soul.
It's Should we do one more paragraph?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Gadol hamachati
Mehahoreg. Oh,
First-
good morning.
hamachati.
Hamachti, this with het, right? The same word keeps bucking.
The sin?
Machti, the one who causes somebody to sin.
That's
Mehahoreg. Then
That's better
somebody,
than someone killing.
then somebody kill it, right?
Alken.
Oken hasug.
It's funny language it says here, Gadol hamachti mehahoreg. It's sort of strange way to put it. No, the one who causes the sin, he is greater than the one who kills. It's, should be probably Gadol Avon hamachti.
Right.
Should write them a note. Okay.
Oken hasug. Harishon atzum me'od.
The first type of war, killing the soul, is
Mhm.
much greater.
Ki naga ad hanefesh hayeh mi tech.
Be'emitena.
Because it affects the soul.
Be'yamitena, and kills it. Kills somebody's soul in their house, right? You tell them, whatever, destroys this soul.
Moshe'en ki hasug hashnei.
Which is not so.
contrast.
Masha'en can, right? Which is not so.
The second
Contra-
type.
right? A sugasheni, right?
Shelo harag rak et hachomer levado.
Because it only kills the physical.
Right. The physicality.
Who ma'amaram zal
The sages say,
ki edom u'mitzrayim biksho leharog bechereb et Yisrael.
because Edom,
Yeah.
Mitzrayim,
Right.
they wanted to kill Israel
With
physically.
sword, only with sword, right? Physically.
Bechereb et Yisrael. Mitzrayim amru ardof asid vechulo arik charbi.
I will draw my sword. I will chase them. Erdov, asig. I will overtake them, overpower them. It's a posuk, right? Arik. I will draw my harbi. I will take.
Plunder them
Yeah.
and
Strike them with sword.
Ve'edom amar, ve'edom amar, pen ba'chereb etzei
Likratecha.
techa.
It's also pasuk. The Edom, right? Here they said Moshe asked to go through their land, and they said no. Pen becherev, because least peradventure I will come with the sword against you, right?
B'tzivah hakodesh baruch hu leval
Snor.
snow.
Don't, Hakadosh Baruch Hu commanded, Tzivah, lebal snor, not to hate them. Don't hate them.
Otam behit.
But behit gairam. As they want to convert. We accept converts from the Edom and from the Mitzrayim.
Kama dat amar lo titza ev adomi.
Adomi,
What's the day?
titayev like tava, like don't despise, don't reject. The Edomite and lo titayev Mitzri and Mitzri, meaning that they can become Gerim, we accept them.
Ach asher echtiach.
Echtiach,
Ne'amar alav lo yavo moni umoavi.
But because they made you sin,
right. Neymar, it is said,
it said on them,
right.
don't bring,
Lo yavo will not come in,
and not going to come in Ammonim and
Omavi, the Ammonites and the Moabites, right, will not join the Jewish people.
V'tzivacho leharov et
Et Midian,
ha-Midyanim.
commanded to destroy
What not
Midian.
destroy?
Yeah,
Shem
but,
shall help. Yeah.
he's putting the Moab and the Midian in the same camp. And really we're saying that it's not the same. Because he's saying just destroy the Midianim. wasn't to destroy the
Moabite.
revenge of Moabites.
I think what he's saying here, right, the Midianim, we were supposed to physically kill. Moabites, nothing says that we have to attack them. We just don't accept them as Geri. When Midianim were actually commanded to kill.
But
Yeah, but it's suggesting that Midian and Moabite both wanted to kill the Nefesh.
Right,
But
in different degrees. So therefore, one must be completely destroyed, and the other one, because of the spiritual aspect, we don't accept the Geri from them.
at least not the man.
Right,
If we
exactly.
learn
So
like
then
that.
there is a whole question how
Right.
Ruth became Georid. So it says only the ladies allowed to, not the Moavi and not Moaviyah. So that's a whole different Gemara.
Thank you. So our last session will be
This
tomorrow.
week, right? Okay, fine.
Tomorrow will be the last session.
Ah, tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Right, right. It is.